11 foot 4 inches, roughly, is the width. So what are we doing today? Well, considering I've been slacking and not giving you guys content for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I don't know, I forgot. It's been so long. I've tried. Things just, didn't work out. Took vacation, came back, tried to work on the Cherokee, everything broke, nothing worked. Tried to work on this, oil leak, power steering box broken. So, things have to be purchased. I can't purchase them right now, we gotta wait. So what we're gonna do today, in this drizzly, rainy day, is comparisons. And maybe doing a little more cutting of some trees down in the back, you know what I mean? Just kind of fun things. So we're gonna work on a little bit more shop stuff. I don't know if you remember last time or not, but my goal is to take this barn and all the equipment in it and build myself a shop in the back of my property, which is that direction. The barn has been extremely beneficial to me. I've quite enjoyed working in it, but it's drafty. The power went out. I'm using a generator now when it's dark and things like that to make it all work, which is extremely helpful. Thanks, Dad. It's helped me weld and do everything else. It does everything I need it to do. Well, it'll eventually do everything I need it to do over there until I can run power to it. But ultimately, I would like to be able to just go in and flip a switch and have the generator there as a backup. You know what I mean? I would like to have a closed off section so that there's no and that's wind and rain coming through while I'm trying to work on stuff. A little more sealed, a little bit better lighting. The lights my dad got me are absolutely fantastic. They work well, and I'll be using them over there too. But flip a switch gives a little bit better lighting. So one of the things I've been trying to figure out is sizing. So we're going to start with that. Let's get to it. Come measure this way now. Let's talk sizing. My original thought was to have the barn, or not barn, shop, be 24 by 24, just a square. And I've got a spot in the back that's plotted out 24 by 24, and it just doesn't look very big. I mean, maybe it's because it's not closed in, but it just looks small. So we're going to verify a couple things, okay? As in the beginning of the video, you saw that this is 11 foot 3 inches, 4 inches roughly. That's not very big, but one of the things I want to do is eventually move to a 4-post lift. Okay, well, 4-post lift, that's fantastic. It's going to take up, I do believe, just about all of that. That's half of the building right there. But when you look at it in this direction, it looks really, really wide for the whole length of it. The whole length is 24 foot. Let me give you an idea here. I'm going to move the camera. From you, actually no, from, well, just watch. This is my workbench. Okay, I'm gonna move you here. 24 foot is right here. Can you see that? Yeah, that's 24 feet. I think that's a good length, like depth-wise. I'll be able to pull my vehicle forward, have space to walk behind it, and have my workbenches and everything on the ends. So the width is my concern. If this is half of it, inside to inside on this board, which is my walking space, we're looking at 11 foot 4 inches. Now, I know I got junk in the way. I got stuff over there. If I cleaned it up, excuse me, if I cleaned it up, I would have more room. And I get that. But is it enough for me to have 2 vehicles and space to walk around them? I think I need it a little bit wider. Length, I think, is good. You know, the vehicles going end to end, I think we can make that work for sure. I mean, the biggest vehicle I have is our minivan. It's not very big. The Cherokee, a little bit longer than this, but not much longer than this. The lift itself, you know, it's not going to be very long as far as the overall length. I'll still have room to walk around it whenever I get to that point. But I don't want to tear down the building and rebuild it. You know, I want to build it and be done and have it there and ready to do everything I want it to do. So at 24 by 24, width-wise, I think it's a little bit narrow. Length-wise, I think it'll be okay and doable. But if I'm going to make it bigger, do I just make it bigger? Do I go 30 by 30? Thoughts? Tell me what you think down in the bottom. 24 by 24. You know, that's the whole length from the workbench back to where you guys are. You know, it seems like a whole lot, but when I start putting workbenches and putting tables and equipment, is it going to fill it up really fast? Or do I go 30 by 30? Let's see, that's 25 right here from the other side of my workbench. Car passing by. You know, that's 25 foot right here. Add another 5 foot. That's about where you guys are. That's a lot more room just adding an additional 6 total because it's 24 by 24. So adding another 6 foot wall. And I know adding an additional 6 feet means adding more lumber and adding more roofing and adding more tin to the sides. If I'm going to do tin, if I do siding, I don't know yet. I haven't gotten there. You know, if I add more to it, then there's going to be more cost. But is there more cost up front, or is there more cost later on when I need more room and I don't have the ability to get more room without taking out a wall and adding more length and adding more width? Which means adding more foundation. Do I just bump it up 30 by 30? So I'll tell you what. 30 by 30 I think would be ideal. Let's go into the back and let's see. I'm going to take 3 more sticks because I've got it plotted out right now at 24 by 24. So I'm going to take 3 more sticks and I'm going to bump it out 30 by 30. And let's see what it does. Cool? Cool. Okay. So here we are in the back of my property. I have went ahead and corrected my alignment for everything. I have a property line right over there. That's where the tree lines are. Okay. Brought it in 9 feet from the tree line, and then that's where I'm going to mark, as you can see, my first stick with the red. The red marks, except for that one because it's the corner, are my 24 by 24, and then I made blue marks for my 30 by 30. So I went ahead and marked them all out, corrected the initial alignment so that it kind of follows the pathway of the property line instead of being all crooked and weird and cattywampus. So now we're going to kind of show you what everything looks like. Now I've got a bunch of trees down in the way because I haven't gotten the big trees because I don't have a chainsaw to get the big trees. And once I get the big trees, then I'll be able to bring something back here with the trailer and start taking all this stuff out. because I'm not walking all of it up there. It's a lot. So here we go. So here is my corner marker. As you can see down there, red and then blue. The blue is 30 foot. The red is 24. Now I know they're not completely plumbed and straight and 90-degree angles. I get that. This is just roughing it in. And then over there, right there, is my other red marker and my 30-foot marker. And then back there on that corner, there you go, is my other red marker and my 30-foot marker. So my idea was to have the building back here so that I can, one, keep it fairly well hidden, and two, so that I can store my other items. As I was saying before my tripod so rudely fell on me, I want to have space so I can keep all of those things, flip a switch, turn them on, use them, flip the switch back off, and just make it to where everything is more user-friendly. Can I absolutely use the generator for a while? Absolutely. Will I use the generator for a while? Absolutely. I'm not made of money. Can't just go ahead and shell it all out. We got to do things in an order of operations, okay? So essentially, right now we're getting everything plotted out. I want your ideas. I want your thoughts. Put them down in the comments. I'll actually read them. I want to see them. I don't get a whole lot of comments because I only have so many subscribers, but please give me comments. Give me advice. I'm open to it. I don't have a brick wall right here that stops me from being open to things. But I think a 30 by 30 building will give me everything I need and a little extra. A 24 by 24 is going to meet my current needs, but if this grows and I have more and more projects, is it going to hold everything, you know? So the 30 by 30 is going to close up my side over there a little bit more than I originally wanted, but at the same time, I can move the whole building back a little bit more. I still have tons of property back there. Not tons, but I still have a lot of property. I'm sitting on 1.5 acres. And this spot right here is the flat area. It's got a little bit of a slope to it, but it's not just a drastic slope like it is over there. So if we can get it to where the building is in the flattest area and I have a space to drive a vehicle or small vehicle to the side over there, which I think we're close, but I don't want to risk it for the biscuit. I feel we can get everything that we want. Well, I can get everything I want because it's about me. This is something that is purely about moi. But, I mean, look at this. This is the 30-foot wall. You guys are right there at that post. I think this is going to give me all the room I need and more, you know? I got some more trees to clear out. I think it'll open things up and help us see some more stuff. You want to watch? Okay. Let me get it all together. Okay, so here's what I've been using. It's a Weed Eater Wish with a brush attachment. It's basically a saw blade, chainsaw blade. It's got little teeth on it. I've got a sharpener. And this gets down some of the smaller trees. I've taken down some decently big trees. It'll take, I think, up to a 5-inch diameter tree down. It's a lot for it to do that, so I'm not going to do that today. But I'm going to get these smaller trees down through here. These little vines, I hate them. I've already cut that one down. I'm trying to kill them all as I go. They hurt. So we're going to work on these right now, get them down, put them over in the pile, and go from there. Here we go. Now, that opens up a lot more. I have that big tree I need to take down right now. But that one's going to be a lot for the weed eater. I'm going to give it a shot. You know what? It's got to be done. I'm going to sharpen the blade a little bit real quick, see if that helps. And I want to take that big dude down. Not really that big. All right. This is a tree I'm going to cut down. I want to take it off in 2 sections. There's a small section here. I'm going to take off first. And then I'll do the other side. And try to bring it over and lay it down on top of everything else there. This tree has thorns for branches. I hate it because it hurts. It's getting there. All right. A little more cut and I think I got it. That is officially the biggest one I've cut with this thing. And it just keeps going. The limiting factor is the mounts on the bottom. But hey, it did it. Now I just got to get it all cut up. Yay. There's vines all over the place through here. I don't even know what this is. It's got something on it. Nope. They just took a piece of a Bradford pear. Oh, it's hot. Well, it's not, but I'm hot. Oh, you want to see what I did? Come on. All right, that gives you an idea of the tree. That's my hand. Oh, geez. I told you, that tree has thorns for branches. Oh well. That's my hand. It's a pretty stout tree, but it needed to come down anyway. And I know people have chainsaws that I could borrow. I know that. But I like to be independent. I will need their chainsaws because big trees up front. There's a cedar tree specifically that's really big, which I've shown you in another video. So, that's what we're looking at. You guys are about even with that wall. I think this is the right size. In all honesty. Do 5-6 foot walls, 30 by 30. Standard spacing on 2x4s. Slant roof. I don't know if there's going to be enough room for a lean-to on that side, but I can put one on the back. It doesn't need to be tall. It just needs to cover up equipment. I think it's the right choice, guys. Put in the comments. Let me know what your thoughts are. I seriously want to know. 30 by 30 or 24 by 24? Long run, I honestly think 30 by 30 is going to be the right answer, but short term, 24 by 24 will definitely get me done for what I need. It's a pretty day, although drizzly and rainy. And I got a nice big open spot. Look at this, guys. This is from the back of the building. All of that we'll be building. Red to red is 24 by 24. Blue to blue is 30 by 30. And the other marker is over there. See it? Right there. I think. Nope, that's a leaf. It's over there. There it is. Okay. An additional 6 feet that way and this way gives me 30 by 30. I like it, honestly. Tell me your thoughts, folks. I really want to know. So, next step, clear out the rest of the way for the driveway. Get stuff in here, take all this out, get a chainsaw, cut the other big pieces, because that's a lot of work using that. It works. By all means, in a pinch, it'll work, but I don't want to keep using that all the time because I'm going to kill my weed eater, or that thing's going to dull out and I can't use it anymore, and then I got to buy another one. At that point, do I just get a chainsaw? Which I have an electric one, but cords won't reach out here. It's too far. So, you know, it is what it is. But I hope to get back on the Jeeps. I've got plans for both. I want to get both of them done and going and see what I can do. Look, perfect timing. The rain's here. Later, taters.
Make sure to like and subscribe.